This is a coordinated effort, and this is a press conference including all of us. Okay. Basically, at 10:16 this morning, we received a medical emergency call for Marshall Middle School. We responded to a medical call. Once we arrived on scene, there were other people that complained of symptoms of nausea and things like that. At this time, preliminary, we believe that it's possibly carbon monoxide exposure. We got an initial elevated reading in the main building. We took action along with BISD Police Department, Beaumont Police Department, and Beaumont Fire. We evacuated the facility along with BISD and Beaumont EMS. Initially, 12 were transported to various hospitals for treatment. To this point, we've treated a total of about 179, with 69 being transported to various facilities for medical evaluation and treatment. We're going to make sure that this facility is safe before they resume classes, coordinate our efforts with building officials, the Fire Marshal's Office, the Health Department, and BISD. The State Boiler Inspector is going to be sending a representative to work as a coordinated effort with the city and BISD to make sure that the facility is safe for occupation. Are there any questions?
Is there a timeline as to when the school may be back open?
At this point, we don't have a timeline. I can say that we're going to be doing what we can to make sure that that facility is safe for occupation again.
So what's the plan for tomorrow for students?
If you'll stay tuned to the various media outlets and BISD website, you'll get they'll release some as to whether the facility will be occupied tomorrow or not.
Of the 179 treated, how many were students, do you know?
At this time, I don't have that information, but there's 787 students and 70 staff members.
And Earl, do we know how they finally decided that it was carbon monoxide? I mean, were kids like starting to get headaches, or how did they realize that?
Yeah, they showed symptoms of nausea and headache, and some were vomiting. And of course, EMS treated and took the appropriate medical action.
Do they have any idea how much carbon monoxide leaked before you guys got here?
No, it's just elevated area of carbon monoxide. Once we figured out that's potentially what it was, that's when we evacuated the facility and started cross ventilation.
Did you say where the leak was coming from and how long it was going on for?
I don't have a time as how long it had been going on, but we've narrowed down to potential boiler in the facility.
What are acceptable levels of carbon monoxide and what were levels at?
With elevated levels of carbon monoxide, and acceptable levels are well below 10 parts per million.
What was it at?
At this one, I don't have that information. It was just elevated.
Did the school at any point get any calls from any teachers, anything like that?
The initial call was called from the facility in reference to a person experiencing nausea, and when we got here, there were several people that showed symptomatic of nausea and exposure to carbon monoxide.
So they didn't even know it was carbon monoxide. They just had a bunch of kids starting to feel sick, and you guys then figured it out.
Well, it's a silent, odorless gas, and of course, long-term exposure to it can result in nausea and headaches.
So the building doesn't have anything that can test whether the carbon monoxide is being released in the building?
They do not have any carbon monoxide detectors in the building at this time.
Do you think that's going to change in the future?
It's too early to tell. That'll have to come from BISD.
Were the kids and faculty from different parts of the building affected, or was it confined to one space?
It was confined to the main building. Once we realized that there was something going on in the main building, the gymnasium and the science building were checked. They were determined to be safe, and we evacuated students and faculty to that facility, to those.
Within the main building, was it just a cluster of classrooms or all over the main building?
It was mainly concentrated in 2 hallways, but we evacuated the entire facility.
Where was the boiler?
Boiler located in the main hallway in the middle of the building.
Were any first responders affected?
No first responders were affected. We're going to operate safe, so we'll be able to provide care for the people that we're here for.
How serious could this have been? I mean, now it's not like there any injuries or anything you're talking
Long-term exposure to carbon monoxide can be very, very serious, but we acted quickly, arrived on scene, and took the appropriate action.